morning everyone, Emily here. Today I thought I would do a tutorial and also a slight review on the Kylie and Grinch collection that came out November 19. It's been probably one of the most requested videos of 2020, this collection. And even though it is long gone, you can no longer purchase it, I thought, well, why not? It's Christmas next week, so may as well get into the festive spirit. So I do have the whole collection here. So we've got the Kylie and Grinch lip kit, the 2 shimmer eye glazes, the palette, the blush and the highlighter, the set of 4 shadow sticks, the 6-pack of lipsticks, love the packaging, the 2 high glosses, which are also tree ornaments, and the olive liner. So obviously today we're not going to be able to use all of it, but I'll try and use most of it. If you want to head over to my Instagram, which I'll link below, you can see product swatches of everything that I did do a few weeks ago. But we'll try and use as much of the collection today as we can, and I will try and do a couple of swatches as well. So without further ado, okie dokie. So first off, I've got here the 2 shimmer eye glazes. The green one is called Little Grinch and the gold one is called Stealing Christmas. Really nice green. And then the gold. Next up we have some of the lipsticks. So they're in green packaging with foiled writing Kylie x Grinch. I think they're really cute. So this one here is I Hate Christmas. Let's be honest, who hates Christmas? So it's a really rough swatch. That's a very plum sort of colour. Next up is Mean One, which is a red. So as you can see, these are incredibly rough swatches. Then we've got Mr. Grinch, which is a gold colour. So it's very shiny, it's very foiled. I think it'd be great as a topper lipstick on one of the mattes. So all the lipsticks in this collection are matte, which is my favourite formula. They are very long lasting. Believe me, it took me ages to get one of them off when I actually wore it. So they are a really good formula. They're such a long lasting, yeah. Next up, we've got the lip kit, which comes with the lip pencil and the lipstick. This one I'll swatch on the back of my hand because, as I said, this is the one I have tried and it is very hard to get off. So let's swatch this on the back of our hand today. So this one is also a matte, and it is sort of a light berry red. And the pencil. Cool thing about the lip kit is that it does come with the to and from on the back, so you can send it as a gift, which I believe most of Kylie's stuff actually does for the holidays. So it's just great to be able to gift it to someone on Christmas Day. So here's the eyeshadow palette. It's very cute with the little Grinch decal at the top here. I think the only colour that's probably missing is obviously red, but I think a nice sort of Christmas tree green would have been really good in this palette, just to add a little bit of darkness into it, but you can't have everything, I suppose. So let's get into the eyes. The first colour I'm going to go in with is Old Grinch, just here down in the corner. And I'm just going to take this on a Morphe M330 brush and just start sort of in the crease, just a little bit above. I do have a little bit more room between my eyebrow and my crease than what I actually do on my eyelid, so I do go a little bit further up so you can actually see the eyeshadow. So just doing some windscreen wiper motions just to try and blend it out. Okay, so next I'm going to take this other Morphe brush. It's more of a fluffier brush. It doesn't have a number on it, but I believe it was from their 4 set of brushes, which retail for about $18 I think here in Australia. It's one of my favourite brushes to use. So now to deepen up the crease, I'm going to take Stocking Full of Coal just here on the top right hand corner and put that directly in the crease just above the other colour. Sorry, just below. So as you can see, it is darkening up the crease nicely. Just sort of fanning it out a little bit as well. There we go. I'm just going to go back in with Old Grinch. Just go up a little bit so that we can still see that lighter colour. And also blend the two together. So there is a little bit of fallout. There was a little bit just here, and as you can see, there is a little bit in the pan, especially on stocking full of coal. So I don't consider fallout to be a huge deal. What I actually try and do is, if it stays in the pan, I actually try and grab it on the brush so I'm still using it, so that there is a lot less wastage, because I'd like to enjoy my eyeshadows. So I just try and use as much of the fallout as what I can. Not all colours have fallout, but sometimes the darker ones do. So now I'm going to do my other eye just off camera, and we'll be back to do the lid. Alright, now that we look a little bit more even, we're going to go in with the foiled green shadow last can of Who Hash just here. I also did prime my eyes, and I used the P. Louise and Mitchell collab in Blank Canvas. This is my favourite eye primer to actually use. I have used quite a few, and I find that this actually gets really good coverage over the eye. It's not too drying, and the shadows can actually stick to it and they still blend over it, which is really good. So going in with the green foiled shadows, sometimes these shadows I find some work better with a finger, some work better with a brush. So I'm going to go in with my finger first and see which actually works, and then we can always touch it up with a brush at the end as well. So just taking some on my finger. That is an amazing green, just as a side note. So I'm just going to pat it on to my lid. One thing I do find with these chunkier glitter shadows is that there can be fallout, which means it can get into your eye, and then you spend all day trying to get the specks of glitter out of your eye. So just be really careful when you're actually applying it. Don't apply too much at one time, because it is quite easy for it to then fall off, and it's quite hard to actually get out of your eye again. And we don't need eye irritation. So just patting that down, it's actually getting some really good coverage. There is a bit that does go up into the matte area, so I just go back in with the fluffy brush. This is the M330, and I just go over the matte just to try and brush the glitter away a little bit. You will probably still end up with some glitter up there, which is not the end of the world. But you want it mainly just to be on the lid. And I'll just go in with this little Morphe brush here. And this is the M152, and just take that same shade and try and get it right in the corner. And right in the outer corner. Pretty. All right, let's do the other eye. Just packing it really gently onto the eye. So because this is a chunky glitter, there is fallout all under here, but this is why we do our eyes before our eyeshadow. I used to always do my makeup first. That was just how I was taught, and then the eyes second, but at the same time my eyes weren't quite looking like this. But in recent years I have taken to doing my eyes first, so that we can actually preserve the foundation that's below. So again, just going in with the M152, Just taking it on the brush to get into the little corners and just in to match that darker colour. All right, and there's our eyes. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go and do my foundation, everything just off camera to save a little bit of time, and we'll be back to do lashes and lips. All right, so the face is done. The brows are somewhat doing what they're supposed to. So I do not do my brows. These are literally my natural brows. Yeah. So for lashes, I've got the Lunar Angel lashes here. I absolutely love this packaging. And this is in the style Angel Baby. That's backwards, but anyway. So we're going to go in with those. So for lash glue, I've just got the Duo lash glue. And put in the glue just on the band. I really like these lashes. I find that they're not really overpowering on the eye, because there are some that make me look like Betty Boop. They're not overpowering, they're quite light, and during the day I actually forget I'm wearing them. I actually find that they're really good, really lightweight, and you can reuse them heaps of times. I just put them back in their little case and off we go again. So just putting the lash on and just trying to stick it down on the glitter. Sometimes it is hard to put a lash on over the glitter. Sometimes it doesn't like to stick. And just try and pinch it down just to try and get it to actually adhere. And not get your finger stuck to it would also be a really good idea. Alright, lashes are on. So now just for mascara, so I do this actually backwards compared to a lot of people. I actually put the mascara on after I've put my lashes on, and this is because my lashes are quite long anyway. So I do find if I put mascara on first, I can't navigate where the lashes are actually going. So I actually do this second and just put a little bit on my natural lashes just to get them to blend in with the actual false lash. So I go in with the Tarte Light Camera Lashes 4-in-1 mascara. I really like this one. This is the only one I've used for a very long time. I actually ordered more recently. This is my absolute favourite mascara to use. So just going in, and I find when I don't wear lashes, it doesn't clump your natural lashes. It just glides straight on. It looks really good, this mascara. All right, all done. So I think he's coming up. Behave yourself. So a little tip, so this one here didn't quite come into my eye, but a little tip that I actually got was just go in with a bit of a black liner just to make it look like it's a continuation of the actual band. So this one I just went in with the BYS Sport Fix liner, liquid liner, just in black. and I find that it just sort of creates a continuation. So when you don't have liner on under the lashes, it actually looks like you do. It's just a continuation of the band. So done that. So now on to the lips. So for the lips, I'm just going to go in with one of the matte lipsticks out of the 6-piece set in A Wonderful Awful Idea. So it's a bit of a caramel sort of nude matte shade. So it's really creamy, just FYI. And lips are done. So now let's zoom back out a little bit and I'll give you some of my final thoughts on this collection by Kylie Cross Grinch. Alright, so now that we've finished the face, this is our final look. I think it came up pretty good, if I do say so myself. So this collection, as I mentioned at the start of the video, is obviously already sold out. It's sold out really quickly. I was lucky enough to be able to purchase the full collection. I didn't get the PR bundle because it was just way too expensive. So I did get the full collection. Overall, look, I do like this collection. There are some products that, you know, I probably won't use, like some of the colours in the lipstick kit, they just are not quite my colours. I am more of a nude lipstick person, but, you know, maybe on Christmas Day I might jazz it up a little and do the red just for something different. The glosses I have tried out, they're not sticky. I'm not a huge fan of anyone's gloss anyway. It's just not my cup of tea. But you know, if I ever do feel the need to put a gloss on, I will use them. It's a really good formula. The shadow sticks, they're not incredibly pigmented, but they are really soft on the eye, and they're just good for a really quick swipe across the eye if you are going out, you know, you're flying out the door to go to work or something like that. So the shadow sticks, yes, they're worth it. They're not overly pigmented. So again, if you just need a really sort of, you know, low-key eye, I think they're really good for that. Probably my favorite out of the whole collection is the palette. I think it performs really well. There's some really good colors in there. And you can use the greens with some other eyeshadow palettes. Like last year, Kylie's Christmas palette was pretty much red dominant. So you could probably mix the two and do a really cool Christmas eye. My other favorite is the shimmer eye glazes. I have tried these particular shimmer eye glazes, especially the green. And I've also used a couple of her other shimmer eye glazes that she just has as part of her standard range. Again, they're really good just to sort of whack on the eye if you're heading out the door. Really good for work, just to add a bit of sparkle onto the eye. I find they perform really well. As I said, you just got to be really careful with the glitter because it is chunkier, so not to get it in your eye. With the palette, I think it does perform quite well. Again, similar to the shimmer eye glazes, you just got to be careful with those couple of chunkier glitters because they will get into your eye and it will irritate. There was fallout in the palette, but as I said, I don't consider this to be a huge deal breaker for any palette. I try and use the fallout and grab it on the brush to actually be able to use onto my eye so that it's not actually wasting any product. So, you know, if that's a big deal for any of you, then that's okay. If it's not, then, you know, you will get a lot of use out of this palette. I think while there's greens in this palette, there is quite a few nudes as well. So I think it's not just a Christmas palette, it can be used for all year round. So yeah, let me know down below what your thoughts are on the collection, if you actually managed to get it. You know, what you think of the collection. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, also check me out on my Instagram. As I said, I did do all the swatches over on my Instagram and also some more eye looks over on there. So yeah, feel free to go and check that out, and I will speak to you all soon. Toodles!